Dear viewers, thanks for tuning to us. We have with us Professor Dr. Fahim Khan. Professor Fahim possesses a large portfolio of more than 50 years on the capacity of teaching and heading at various national and international institutes. After earning his PhD and master degree from Boston University, USA, he has comprehensively worked on the important topics like economics policy and planning, Islamic economics and finance, capacity building, and many more. Professor Fahim has written 12 books and has published a number of research papers on these topics. After half a century of his economics analysis, Professor Fahim believes that currently economics is dead and we have to revive it with new ways. So we request Professor Dr. Fahim Khan to kindly elaborate his philosophy and also what is the way forward and how to come out of this economics shortfall. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Sajid. Let me explain in simple words what I am saying and why it is important. Economics as a science was discovered in 18th century, and since then economics has been sick, and now in 21st century it is totally dead. What I mean with this is that economics was and is supposed to describe how economy works so that it is easy to understand what economic problems a country is facing. But now economics as a science on this with this perspective is totally unable to explain how economies are now working in the world in this 21st century. Economic philosophy developed in 18th century now conflicts reality. There is need to rediscover economics afresh in 21st century. Science of economics needs to be relived. World is now searching for economics beyond Samuelson economics. Now the question will be why beyond Samuelson economics? Why Samuelson economics is no more relevant or is not explaining economy? Let us understand this. Samuelson economics explains how economy works to create wealth of a nation. This economics is no more relevant to understand how economy is now working. Economics was discovered to explain how the economy makes a country prosper. But prosperity was supposed to be reflected by wealth of nation that economy of a country creates. And national income or wealth of nation is nothing but the goods and services produced in the country. Economy is made by people who produce goods and services in the country. So the country's national wealth is based on those people who can produce goods and services in the country. And people are those who decide what to produce and how to produce and for whom to produce. These type of people employ labor and capital in their self-interest to create goods and services. And economics tell us that it is the access to capital assets that makes people to hire labor in creating goods and services. Goods and services when exchanged in market become national income. Growth in capital makes country to increase employment of human resources who are called labor. Economics made a country to create national income and full employment. This is how economics tells how a country becomes prosperous. Now this in a nutshell is what economics presently is. Now it is very difficult for a common man to understand what is economy and how economy works and what is benefit of making this subject as a science. Neither the teacher explains this Now students can explain how I can use it in my own country to understand the economy of my country and how I can make people prosperous in my country. And all these type of questions, they remain untouched in the science of economics that we currently understand. So this economics, we can call it data, we can call it irrelevant, or whatever word we can call it. This is the what economics situation is now. This, and the economics in practical purposes, it is now dead. Ask any student that what did you learn from the course of economics for the purpose of your economy of your country. They have nothing to explain that this is what I have learned, that is how I will change my economy. The economics does not help the students anymore in 21st century. It might have helped countries in 18th century. So economy in every country is now moving in directions that hurts humanity and that makes planet sick. And we already know that humanity is suffering and there is no solution found. And planet is sick and nobody knows how to make it healthy. Incidence of hunger and poverty keeps growing in every country all over the world. Economics makes people to exploit other people. Economics makes concentration of wealth increase in few hands in every country. There is exploitation, there is discrimination, there is concentration of wealth all over the world and in all countries. And what is the outcome of this incompleteness or this uselessness of economics is that economic problems and political unrest and political conflicts are increasing all over the world, in every country and globally. This is an issue, this is a problem that must be resolved. And it is not me that I am saying this on the addressing to this problem. The world has addressed to this problem. The world has realized that this economics is not being understood or is not understanding the economy properly. I will explain you in the second video that how this why everyone is worried about this problem. Thank you, Sajid.